So nonetheless, I started on a journey, and I'll go back. I will rewind a little bit too. I feel like I'm talking so fast too. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so let me show you what I'm talking about as far as like the book, as far as interactively engaging the students. So one of the things said the rings are filled with bits of ice and rocks. So this is the planet Saturn that are sure to knock you off your socks. Let's see how many we can spot. So then I allow the students to count the rings and the rocks. So like engaging them in an activity in the book and not just reading to them and then asking them a question. So it's like, let's see how many we can spot. And so then I ask the kids to help count. So it allows the students to engage. And then on the next page, of course, it tells you 25. Wow, that's amazing. So you know the answer. But so a lot of the book is an interactive book. It's not just a basic read. And so I'm going to rewind real quick back to Pride Enchilada to how outside of me creating that idea, how it actually fell in place. Because I think everybody thinks when people start something that is just like boom, 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 and then it's the ending result. And they see the ending result and they're like, wow, like this is amazing. But there's so much in between your journey and anything in life, whether you're trying to be an author, whether you're trying to be a doctor, whether you're trying to be a lawyer. It's so much in between before someone sees the finished product or the finished goal or where you're at. So like I said, outside of me teaching and substitute teaching and doing all these great things in the educational field and also working in the TV and film industry, I realized when I got to New York that it was something that was on my heart to create. First of all, I never thought I was going to be working in the school system, period. Like when I left school, I was like, I'm done. I'm like, woo, I'm out of school, baby. I'm not coming back to school, no. So I was like, man, pew. I was out when that school bell, when 12th grade was over and I went to college. I was like, after college was over, I was like, thank you Jesus, I'm done with education, school, blah blah. But it just happened that I fell back into it. That I fell into the other side of schooling or teaching or education, which is substitute teaching and assistant teaching and therapeutic support service, staff worker, and all this other stuff with autistic youth. And so it's been interesting. But anyway, when I went to New York and I was working in the school system in New York, I worked as a teacher. I also helped in like the cafeteria arena as well. When they needed someone to be downstairs to like monitor the students while they were at lunch with a great friend, Camila. But anyway, so I started writing The Adventures of Pride Enchilada. At that time, I was staying at a friend's house who lived in the South Bronx of New York. Her name is Gail. And she was running an Airbnb service, which she still runs to this day. So if you are in New York and you're looking for a great location for an Airbnb service, let me know. I will connect you with my friend Gail, who has a great location in the South Bronx, which is close to Manhattan, and it gives you access to the 2 and the 5 at Jackson Avenue. All right, let me stop. Picture people. But if you are in New York and you're looking for if you're coming to New York and you need an Airbnb to stay at, let me know. Nonetheless, I was staying at this Airbnb. My friend had at the time, she had like a bunch of guests coming over from different countries, and her sister was there, and I was telling them that I'm working on this book. Like I had no idea how to create a book. Like I don't know. I just had no idea. I didn't have no friends. I didn't know nobody who ever created a book. Like I said, I knew it was a new market that was happening. And actually so what I did actually on the journey of creating a book, what I actually started off with is I Googled, because that's my favorite friend in the world, Google. And I always tell people, like, Google stuff. You know, if you have any questions or any answers before you go to anybody else about it, Google it and see if you can find it yourself. If you can't, then you go to those people, or if someone is an expert, you can Google it first, and then you can maybe ask a question like, hey, I Googled it and it said this, but how did you go about your experience, or could you give me some pointers? But I always say, like, try to Google first, and then you can ask questions off of that information you found.